I think he tried to shield bash me there, but I'm not certain. Basically, we can't close the door on this guy. It's not happening. Bro, it didn't fucking block. That shit is OP. What? That slows for so long, dude. Jesus Christ. That is genuinely busted.
Alright, so in this video we're going to talk about a little bit of boxing, a little bit of Shield Slam, more importantly boxing with Shield Slam. My name is Ezra, I've been playing Dark and Darker for just shy of 5,000 hours, and Fighter for, I don't know, probably 4,000 of those hours. And I think Shield Slam's something really slept on in the Dark and Darker community. I'm surprised nobody uses it. They'll pick things like Adrenaline, or they'll pick things like Second Wind, you know, Breakthrough, maybe even Victory Strike over it. But yeah, we're gonna hop into a little bit of a build overview real quick. We go Counterattack, Shield Mastery, mainly because you just want these in tandem. The move speed bonus, action speed bonus, kind of necessary to block for boxing's sake. We have Barricade and Defense Mastery. You can swap out Defense Mastery, but I don't know. You can swap that for Swift. It's about the only thing that's worth swapping out for. Optionally, you go Weapon Mastery if you're using something like a Morning Star instead of a Flanged. But I like the little stat bonus. So we go Adrenaline Rush, Shield Slam. Pretty standard. You can go Breakthrough instead of Adrenaline Rush, but again, we want as much action speed as possible. The Flange is a very slow weapon. So, and then stat line, do a little pass through real quick, 23% action speed, 160 health. PDR is pretty high. I don't pay attention too much to the number, but usually it sits around like 60, 65%, something like that. Fizz power, this is kind of tertiary. Like if you have it, it's cool, but not super necessary. It's considered 10% for all matters, but probably no lower than that. Everything's rolled in this order for stat priority. We go Dex, PDR, and then action speed, since we need action speed the most, and then PDR. Fizz power on some pieces, like I've got strength rolled here and there, but it's not super relevant. So I'm only going to chime in if I feel as though there's something Shield Slam has done that's worth noting. So most of the gameplay footage is just going to be raw footage with no talking. So enjoy. Alright, so here I've been chasing this rogue for, I don't know, probably like 2 or 3 minutes. This has been a pretty long fight that I've slimmed down. And here in a moment is going to be a pretty prime use, you'll see, for killing rogues in particular, which I know people struggle with. So I'm just gonna let this play out for a second. That is a classic. The slow stops him, can't get away, desync block, the dual strike. That is a brutal way to die. You'll see that many times in this video. It's right up there with kind of hunting clerics. Now this one is another fun one. Longsword fighter. Also similar scenario to the rogue. He'd been following me for quite some time. And there was a wizard nearby, so I kept trying to lure him farther and farther away. I didn't want to fight him right next to the wizard, because that's just a disaster waiting to happen. But we get a few cheeky desync blocks in here. That's pretty nice. He spaces me here, which almost goes wrong. Get a little headshot in. Actually, that might have been an arm shot. But he's already low. Desync block there. Tries the exchange. Can't, unfortunately. Has some turbo on him, though. Do get big gear off of this fighter. Another classic rogue. Rogues are fodder for the shield slam. There it is again. Desync block, he's slowed. He tries to run here. For some reason he doesn't go through the axes. He tries to run past me. And that's all it takes. It's kind of a mid kit. Nothing super crazy. Surely worth taking though. I fumble a lot with the inventory. There's just so much stuff. I keep trying to decide whether or not to take that, and honestly, I don't even think I end up taking it. In Boklok, unfortunately, this Boklok is using a longsword, which is horrible on Boklok, especially into shield. He gets a little poke damage here. I'm just trying to push him off, and I didn't actually expect him to fall over there, but he wind up slipping. Some of these are just classic, like, inside his unit frame there, like he can't get away. He uses Bak a little too late. He's sort of fishing for a parry though, so it usually does not pan out well. He's got some okay gear though. Little Spectral Blade. Be fun to run one of these days. Yeah, it's the beret. Ditching the beret. Not sure why I took it to begin with. Oh, this was so unfortunate. Yeah, I got the spiders. It's super unfortunate. I was walking back towards the center, and I heard some fighting from underneath, and went up to investigate at the best possible time for me and worst possible time for him. But some decent gear, but I was already so full from the rogue and the warlock I couldn't take much of any of it. Which does wind up happening a lot. These guys are in kind of like mid-range gear, not turbo, but still always worth taking rings. Rings are always worth a lot. It's pretty common thing to be grabbing. For one slot item, they're always worth, like, especially end of wide, thousands of gold.
Cleric Brawl. This is another prime Shield Slam use. You can push them away in the DB, and then they run out of time and lose their PDR. Or DP, sorry. DP is the weapon. This is just more or less just classic boxing. There's not really anything super Shield Slam noteworthy there, other than I've shoved him back for a second to keep the cooldown low.
Alright, so here we have a prime case used for fighting into cleric. So you'll see here that the shove is especially useful into casting, since it pushes them out of it like that. It's very, very brutal. If they don't respond in a second or two, it's usually a death for, especially for a cleric or even like a sorcerer if they bump their hand on your shield. Classic, classic 13 rogue. We clip him a little bit though. Get him in the door. Slow, absolutely devastating. the twirling ragdoll. Got some nice pieces. Some purples, some legendaries. If you've made it this far, thank you for taking the time to watch my little Shield Slam video. Hope there's some little boxing info here and there for you. And yeah, thank you.